Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So today's news is very interesting. Let's start off with macroeconomist Alex Krüger. Now he says, if you look at everything that's going on right now with the crash and everything else, he says that there are three historic patterns that could be applied to this situation. And he says the most likely one is a quick recovery. No huge gains, but a fast recovery. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, it looks like that's what's happening. But again, he's actually talking about the stock markets. He's not talking about crypto. He's talking about the stock markets. And if you look at the stock markets versus crypto, I think crypto is going to have big gains because they move differently. And I'll give you reasons later on that will probably point to everything moving quickly. We hit over $62,000 for Bitcoin last night. I don't know if you were watching, but that's what happened. Was it 62.6, something like that? And that's what I find to be interesting. Something else that's really cool. The CBOE and the New York Stock Exchange, obviously I reported some of this yesterday, are looking to have options trading for the spot ETFs, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we already know that Brazil's already launched a Solana ETF. What I am pointing to is the fact that crypto is expanding in major ways in terms of adoption, investment, as well as what? Integration of the actual technology. And here's a story that will bring that forward. SBI is already working with XRP. They're already working with that specific coin to do certain things around the bank. The CEO says that he believes XRP is going to be the leader in the Japan banking system by 2025. Very interesting. We'll see how it plays out. He made this prediction, before in 2023, and I think he's reiterating now. However, I think there's more competition. I think what's going on is XRP had a lot of contracts around the world. Well, Ripple had a lot of contracts around the world. And those contracts pulled back a bit given everything that was going on with the SEC. Slowly, some of those contracts started coming back, but no talk about it because they didn't want that smoke from the SEC, right? Nobody wanted that, so shh, be quiet. Now you're starting to hear about different contracts coming forward quickly. And I said this to you before. If the court case goes away, you're going to start to see different news, partnerships, innovations, those kinds of things start to pop out. I reported yesterday that there is an innovation going on with the DFCI in Dubai to bring innovation in Web3 productivity and everything else into that region. So that was one. Now you have news dropping from SBI. That's two. I think you're going to continue to see on a regular basis who's working with Ripple, who's working specifically with XRP. And in addition, who wants to work with RLUSD, their stablecoin. That is a very big deal. And I'll make another announcement. On my show, I have said XRP is one of my bags. However, and it takes up a slot. However, I have not been adding to that slot. Well, guess what I did today? I finally, after all this time, DMAC, I hope you're listening, I actually added to XRP. I finally added to XRP. There was a little bit of a dip, and I said, oh, it's a good time to get in. Then I started looking over the news, said, you know what? This confirms it's a good time to get in. Now, I want you to stop and think about this, and I made this point Wednesday night. You should really tune in, to those shows. Our nighttime shows are like no joke. We really dig in. That said, the idea that XRP or Ripple is working with other businesses around the world is huge. The confirmation of same is even larger. So I had not been adding to my XRP bag, but I did this morning. And I added a nice amount to my XRP bag, because even if it goes from 60 cents only to $1, that's still a 40% rise. Where are you going to make 40% that quickly? Because I think it'll happen by the end of the year. I mean, heck, I don't even think we'll have to wait that long. I'm thinking it's going to happen probably by the end of this quarter. Think about that. July, August, September. Everybody's on vacation in August. September, everybody starts to come back, shake off the rust, and they get to work. And I think there's going to be a lot more news coming. I think there's a lot more news coming for a lot of the coins that are out there. So my ears are perking up. I'm not looking for cursory, titles of articles. I don't go for that clickbait nonsense. I'm looking for deep dive articles that talk to me about integration. I don't even care that much about adoption. Just saying. Now, let's move on to Solana. This is not such good news. Solana only processes, or it sounds like Solana is only processing 3 out of 10 transactions, right? They have tried very high transaction speeds, but you're only processing 3 out of 10. That's a problem. That's a mad problem, So I'm wondering how that is, because that's an incredibly high failure rate. Hutanik, I hope you're listening. So that's one problem that's going on at Solana. The next one, they implemented a security patch secretly. Solana implemented a security patch secretly to address a major vulnerability, and everybody's talking about it. It got leaked out, and everybody's talking about it. Remember I told you a while ago that Solana has a network issue that I don't believe they have solved. So I think this patch is totally separate and distinct. But I also think it still talks toward Solana's tendency to not be transparent. And that's a problem for me. Like I said, there are transactions that can happen on the Solana network, no problem. But if it's a real-time issue, I'm not going to use Solana for a real-time transaction. I'll use it for a transaction where I have time to wait. I've got some buffer and it's fine. But I would not use it for a mission critical transaction, period. Because that network issue can pop up at any time. Patching a security vulnerability and not saying anything to anybody. I mean, think about this. What was the vulnerability? How did you patch it? Are you sure that you patched it correctly? Do you have a rollback strategy in case it doesn't work? How do you know if it did work? There are a whole slew of questions, and that's what this is, sparking up in the industry. And it's one of the things that I don't like about Solana. They're notorious for being not transparent. Everything but. Secrecy is not a good thing in this space. It really isn't. All of your transactions happen on the blockchain that's right out there in the public. We need to know if you have a security patch going on. We need to know that we can trust you and your network. And Solana is not painting a good picture right now. Not for me anyway. Right? I mean, I still hold a nice bag of Solana. Am I going to sell that bag of Solana? No, I'm not going to sell that bag of Solana. At least no time soon. But in terms of integration, gives me room for pause. Absolutely gives me room for pause. Which is why I hear about a lot of memes going on Solana, but I don't hear as much about real transactions, real projects happening on Solana. Some would say, you could talk about their decks and this, that, and yeah, that's a few, but I'm talking about new stuff that's going on. Again, if I'm building, Solana is not going to be my first choice. I mean, hell, it wouldn't even be in my top 3. Dead serious. Wouldn't even be in my top 3. That's a problem. I hope they fix it. They have a lot of smart people over there, and I think they just have a habit of just handling these things incorrectly. They have a communication strategy that needs to be fixed. Right? And hopefully they can also fix that networking problem that seems to rear its ugly head from time to time. What else is there? XRP, man. I'm still shocked over XRP. I'm shocked that I forgot that they had a whole, but Ripple doesn't even make most of their money in the United States. They make most of the money outside the United States. Now that's something to think about. That's something to think about. But now what I'm expecting is that could change. Now that that case is over, even, hear me out, even if the SEC is dumb enough to appeal, what are they going to appeal? They're not going to appeal the ruling. They're going to appeal the amount of money, the penalty. That's it. That's what they're going to appeal. If they appeal, if they're dumb enough to appeal. Now that I said it, they probably will. I hope they don't. We can't afford to waste more taxpayer money and take on another loss of this magnitude. That'd be like the dumbest thing in the world. Of course, Gary Gensler's in charge, and he's been doing some pretty dumb stuff. So, can't really, you know what I mean? That's bad juju. So I'm looking at everything, and I'm just going, yeah, Ripple's gonna come roaring back, and I'm all for it. Like I said, if it goes up to $1, it's 40% return, or 40-cent return. It's a 66% return. My bad, I did the wrong math earlier. It's a 66% return. 40 cents versus 60 cents, 66%. It's a 66% return. Where else are you going to get that? And that's just if it hits $1. Now, if it hits its all-time high, which based on everything that's going on, that $3 and change, I'm sitting back and I'm going, well, damn, they could actually do it. Let me see something. Let me see what it is. I'm looking at the GMB crypto tracker right now to see what the numbers are. So their all-time high was $3.40. They're 8.7% off of their all-time high. Their GMB X factor right now today is 4.76x. And we'll go through this later. We'll go through it later. But do I think they can do it? My confidence is high now, higher than it was. So DMAC, if you're listening, I think both of us might need to adjust, because we had both agreed that XRP probably wouldn't hit their all-time high again this bull run. But now that this is gone, well, now everything's ready to rock and roll. Like, what stands in their way? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You want to know what also is going to drive XRP up? It's not that far away, and I'm telling you now, it's not that far away that you're going to hear Ripple is going public. That will shoot XRP through the doggone roof. Now, it was a pipe dream when everybody was talking about, oh, it could hit $10. It was a pipe dream. Well, now, you can easily see a path to $10. You could easily see that path to $10. That's what's crazy. That is what is crazy. And you sit there and you're kind of like, damn. Imagine if it did hit $10. Imagine if it did. Imagine if they start talking about all these different contracts that they've already lined up, they've already queued up, they already have the press releases ready to rock and roll, and they start dropping news every week, every other week, even once a month. Depending on the size of the news, bump, 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 bump. That's what I'm seeing. That could happen. Now that the albatross is gone, and that was my biggest thing, is the albatross isn't gone yet. Albatross isn't gone yet. The only other thing that you would have to think about is the competition that has arisen while they had to basically sit out on the market. But the competition is fierce. Chainlink, Stellar, Polygon. You think of those names and you go, oh, that's not a big deal. No, those are big, strong names. And there are others. In the DeFi space, Aave, Uniswap. Just saying. But you're also looking at, because I'm looking at that whole Project Guardian thing and I'm sitting back and I'm going, but you still have an opportunity in a lot of different places to leverage more than one chain within a single institution. We use this one for this, we use that one for that. So if I'm thinking about tokenization, I'm thinking immediately Chainlink. Immediately I'm thinking Chainlink. Right? You want to talk settlements? Well, yeah, you have Stellar, you have Polygon, and you have XRP. Now, does Polygon hold up to XRP? Maybe not, but Stellar does. Stellar does. So that's something to think about. Like dead serious. But my outlook for Ripple right now, my outlook for XRP right now is huge. It is huge, and I will be paying attention to that. Something else I'm paying attention to. Apparently, there is a crypto-friendly bank, Customers Bank, who has some deficiencies, plural, and the Federal Reserve is going after them. You better fix it. You better fix those deficiencies. And I think it's around their whole crypto operations because they're crypto friendly. So they're going to have to fix it. What that means, we'll have to find out. But the deficiencies are out there. They're noted and action was taken. So, wow. Something else for us to pay attention to. But you know what we should do? That's right. We should dive into the numbers. So let's take care of that. Wow, I didn't even have my logo up. Oof. That's bad. Here. There you go. So let's take a look at the losers first. Top 25 winners and losers as per the crypto tracker. Let's see. XRP is down 5%. Slight pullback, some profit taking. I'm telling you, it's going to take off again. Who else is here? Stellar pulled back 2%. So right there. You know, at 5%, I don't even bother with 5%. It's a slight adjustment, and it'll pull right back up. Look how quickly you get back to zero. All the way down here. Look at this. Not many losers. Market is going up in droves. Let's see who the winners are. You know what? Let me refresh this data real quick. Let's go back over to that. Alrighty. Yeah, no, so that's good. Let's go over to the winners. Sui's up 28%. Celestia is up 19%. Helium is up 19%. Told you I like Helium. I like HNT. No, I do not hold a bag, but I like the project. I don't have a slot for it. I keep my slots tight. I manage to the slot. Let's see who else. Psy is up 14%. Who else am I paying attention to? Brett is up 13%. Everybody on this list is up double digits. I'm just going over the ones that I actually pay attention to. Who else? Ethereum name service. Oh, wow. Actually at 100 is at 11%. Injective, number 51, is up 10%. I mean, 10%, and it still has a GMB X factor of 2. It's pretty impressive. I'm looking at all this and I'm saying there are probably a few things I should probably take a look at. You know, this whole gas thing at number 211, am I going to pay attention to that? Not really. Not really. I'm not buying into that. Actually, you know, given the market cap, it could. I'd have to look at the community and see what the community is doing, what kind of fervor is going on there, you know, what kind of, you know, projects they got going on, that kind of stuff to see, you know, do I think it could reach, you know, 500 million market cap, right? Because you're looking at this kind of number, so you'd have to see, well, you know, how fast do you think you can get there? And then so you compare this number to their market cap, and now it's giving you more metrics that you can say, well, do I think what would it take to get there? Look at that X factor, and then here you are. And you can start to figure out, well, you know, what are those chances? What are those odds from here to there? And you can make your own decision on those odds, and then make your decision on whether or not you want to invest in a particular coin. That's how I'm using it. You know, I'm thinking about doing a show tomorrow and just using the tool and talking to you about how to use this tool and what it means. So, there's that. So if you're interested in that, what I advise you is I'm going to do a show, but it's only going to be for people that are either members on YouTube, or actually I'll make it open to everybody. Skip that. Won't cut anybody off. Everybody will be open to that, and probably going to shoot it tomorrow. And if I shoot tomorrow, I'm actually thinking I might just go live. Mistakes and all, I might just go live with that. So keep a lookout. Fear and greed index we're at neutral at 48. We were at 20 yesterday. Things are picking up. Even total value locked is up from 85 to 91 billion dollars total value locked. Nice move. When you look at how Bitcoin is acting, look at this. Now we're deeply in. We crossed the $200-day moving average for a split second right there. But we're firmly within my blue band, which starts at 57,686 all the way up to 63,719. That's our next point of resistance, is 63,719. And it holds true. You can see it. It was the floor for a little bit. We dipped down, went back up. Dipped down, went back up. Crashed. Battled to get back up. Look how slow that recovery was. Except for right here, look how slow the rest of the recovery was. Then we had another pullback. Came back quickly, and now we're fighting to get back up. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right? We're currently at 61,880. So, like I said, the coin is battling to get back. I want you to think about this. We took it on the chin during that whole imperfect storm, and the resiliency of the industry has it bouncing back that quickly. That's not just adoption. That's not just investment. I'm telling you, integration is an undercurrent that people are not paying attention to. Just saying. Look at all these high risers right now. It was a couple of days ago. This was at 2,100. BDC is above 60. Not bad. I don't even know if these are the right numbers. Yeah, let's flip over here, see what the number is. Oh, it's close. All right. So trading view on their coin, on their exchange or their platform, it's showing a different number. What's their number now? Oh no, they're right. It's the 200-day is at 61,880, and their number is 64,18. So everybody's aligned right now. So not bad. But you saw that difference, right? 63.79 versus 465. Every now and then you can catch an arbitrage. No, that's not a big arbitrage, but I'm showing it to you because a lot of these sites aggregate numbers from different sources, right? And then give you an average for every number. But if you look at exchanges, they're giving you their price. Compare exchanges. Every now and then you'll find an arbitrage that will say, oh, you can make money if you buy it over here and sell it over there quickly. And you have to just figure out, well, can I make that transaction happen? Now, Bitcoin doesn't move all that fast. In a transaction lifestyle, it doesn't move all that fast. But other coins do, and that's where you start to look at those arbitrages. That's one of the things I used to do. I told you guys before during the night show. That's what I used to do when I first got started. Elliot and I would play that arbitrage game all day long. Oh my God. And it was ridiculous. So you can see how everything starts to mature, and you take away that arbitrage, right? That's what happened over the course of time. That arbitrage dwindled to almost nothing for certain coins. But it used to be big for Bitcoin. It used to be huge, right? Because it was country based. The price, because the exchanges here and whoever's buying there, they're going to have different fluctuations than someplace else. Well, now you've got international exchanges that kind of brings a little bit of conformity. So you start to see that. Just saying. But if I'm looking across the board, I'm saying to myself, okay, so Solana's down a little bit. Everybody's down a little bit. But if you go move over just one column over the 24 hour, you can see who's moving. Then you compare that to your year to date. And if you look at everything, except 1 hour, 24 hour, 7 day, 30 day, 60 day, 90 day, 1 year, or year to date rather, you start to see what the rhythm is. Once you have that rhythm, you can get a feeling for how bad a certain event is going to hit. We had an imperfect storm where we had several bad things hit at the same time. But it mixed in, we also had good things. So, quick V recovery, or it looks like a quick V recovery. But we'll see what goes on after that. That's what we have to do. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, become a member, because members come with benefits, and the benefits are getting bigger. Anyway, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Don't forget to buy the crypto tracker. It's available now. The link is actually in the description, as well as don't forget to buy the book. The class is coming up, I promise you, because now we've got a lot of things in store, and we're starting to make those announcements. I told you that, and it's coming. So actually, one of them is here. We did the tracker. Now we're about to schedule the class. I'm trying to give everybody about 2 to 3 weeks, of runtime to schedule, to get into the class. It's going to be a 2-hour class for the crypto foundations based on the book. So you should get the book, familiarize yourself with it, and come with me to take that deep dive with it during the class. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.